Better late than never. Yes, I realize that it's almost February 2021, and I'm just now bringing you the first video of my annual Cincy Awards. This is the 2020 Cincy Awards, and I'm doing something a little different, and I probably shouldn't have done this because I think I got a little bit in over my head. Usually I just do like my top 10 figures of the year. But this year I decided to do something a little different, and I thought it would make it easier for me, but it actually made it a little harder because it's now 4 videos, and I've decided to break it into different categories. So this first video, the first of 4, I don't know when the 4th one's going to be out, might be freaking March, but the first video of my Cincy Awards is going to be my top 5 favorite Marvel Legends and my top 5 favorite Star Wars Black Series. Let's freaking get into it, because honestly, I gotta get through these videos and move on, because if you see behind me, there's some boxes down there. That's a stack of figures that I've been accruing. That's my next haul vid. But yeah, I gotta get through these before I get through those. We're gonna get right to business, and I have 2 honorable mentions. It was very hard to rank these. Honestly, guys, it was very hard to rank these. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start with honorable mention number 1, and it's this Spider-Man. This frickin' retro Spider-Man is awesome. It is, in my personal opinion, the best Marvel Legends Spider-Man we've ever gotten. I love the articulation, I love the butterfly joints, I love the double jointed knees, I love the new double jointed frickin' torso. They frickin' went all out. And they went all out, but they couldn't color those damn joint pegs. They look ridiculous. Honestly, if they had colored those joint pegs blue, see the joint pegs in the elbow? See those? If they had colored those blue and not red, this would have been ranked higher. Honestly, this could have cracked the top 5, but every time I look at this and I admire it, I then look at this and look at those damn joint pegs. Mother of frick, Hasbro. Still a great figure. One of my top favorite figures of the year. Honorable mention, probably number 6 if we're doing a top 10, but didn't crack my top 5. Another honorable mention. When last year started, I didn't think we were going to be ever getting this figure. I didn't think we would ever get any of the frickin' Foxverse movie figures. Here's Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. Comes with the unicorn, so obviously Deadpool 2. Couple things, now this is an honorable mention, one of my favorite figures of the year. Didn't think we would ever get this figure. I love the figure, I love it. I wish it had been a single figure release and we didn't have to buy Negasonic Teenage Warhead to get him. I also wish that the realistic looking guns in the holsters actually came out and they weren't glued in there, and we didn't get these weird looking non-realistic looking laser guns for Deadpool. Come on, Hasbro. It's the little things. It's the little things that set these things apart. A realistic Ryan Reynolds head sculpt would have been pretty cool, although I know that would have cost a lot more money for licensing and whatnot. But the guns, the gunskis, make those suckers removable, give them actual guns, not these weird-ass laser guns. And this would have cracked the top 5 again. Again, one of my favorite figures of the year, but it's an honorable mention. We're in top 5 territory here. We're gonna start with number 5. This figure right here surprised the ever-living crap out of me. There's a lot of factors that go into what makes a favorite figure of mine. Sculpt, likeness, accessories. And I gotta say, looking at my top 5, this wins the accessory award for the year. And this is also my number 5 favorite figure of the year, and it is War Machine. Look at those accessories. Look at the missiles launching out of the damn missile pod. The little smoke effect on the wrist gun there. Love Love the accessories on this figure, and such a huge improvement over the previous War Machines that we've gotten. Just an awesome comic rendition of James Rhodey Rhodes right there, War Machine. Just awesome. Love it. Number 5 favorite Marvel Legends figure of the year. And I've just been gushing over that figure so much, you're wondering, how the frick you only have that thing ranked 5 with, you know, all the nice things he said about it. You didn't say a damn single negative thing about it. Well, wait till you see my top 4. And here's number 4 right here. And it is Carnage. And holy moly. So I didn't think that we needed another Carnage figure because they already did a Carnage Marvel Legends figure. But when I got this one in hand and I saw all of those black tendrils on his body were all sculpted and not just painted on, this thing is amazing. This thing looks fantastic. It's got butterfly shoulders, double jointed knees. It's got all the articulation you need. It's got a second head sculpt. It's got these tendrils that look amazing. And again, all those black tendrils on the body, sculpted on, textured. You can feel it, not just painted. They went the extra mile for this figure, and that is why it's number 4 in my countdown. Number 3, I already said this before, I didn't think that we would get any of the Foxverse Marvel Legends figures ever. I thought it was too late. I thought that there was licensing issues. I thought that we would never ever get them. And when I saw this thing and got it in hand, it brought me back. Number 3, Hugh Jackman Wolverine. I mean, likeness right there. This face sculpt looks phenomenal. The hair, the sculpt of the hair, the jacket, everything, the claws. This is perfect. I know they did another version of this one with the white tank top. I think that was an Amazon exclusive, but this one right here, this takes the cake. I look at this one and I'm just like, wow, this is freaking fantastic. This is Hugh Jackman. And again, didn't ever think we would ever see this in figure form, but they did it. Another one from a movie, not from the Foxverse, not from the X-Men, but one from a movie. Again, I didn't think we would ever see this figure, and it is my number 2 favorite Marvel Legends figure of the year of 2020, and it is from Venom, and it is movie Venom. Good old Tom Hardy Venom. This figure is amazing. I love the size of it. I love the articulation. I love the sculpt, how you can see his toes and whatnot. The paint looks great. The face, awesome. The head, awesome. I wish there was a little bit more movement in the old head ski and the neck ski, but otherwise, it is a phenomenal Marvel Legends figure. And that brings us to number 1. What could my number 1 favorite Marvel Legends figure of 2020 be? Well, you'll find out right after you hear from Stuart Fulbrook, who is a patron of this channel, and I want to show you what his favorite Marvel Legend of 2020 is.
Hey guys, Cincy Awards 2020. Thought I'd channel my inner Cincy, so I've got the hockey jersey on. Marvel Legends, not a line I particularly collect a lot of. I tend to pick them up when people hype them up, and this one got hyped up, I picked it up, and I'm in love with it. It's the movie Venom. Just an excellent figure. The sculpt is brilliant. You can get him into some great poses. The only downside is I wish his head had a little bit more motion in it, so you could get him a bit more crunched over, but overall this is just an excellent figure. 2 head sculpts. We come with this one. I've got the one with the tongue out. Just a brilliant figure. So yeah, my Marvel Legends figure of the year is the movie Venom.
So Stuart, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. I asked some of my patrons to be in this video and to share some of their favorite figures, and you'll actually see a couple more patrons in addition to Stuart again during my Black Series portion. But Stuart, I agree with you. Awesome figure, and I agree with you on the head and neck movement. My number 1 favorite Marvel Legend of 2020, the worst year ever. My number 1 favorite is Space Punisher. A lot of people don't know what the hell I'm talking about right now, because this is Cosmic Ghost Rider, and a lot of people don't know who Cosmic Ghost Rider is. They just recognize, hey, that's a cool looking futuristic little Ghost Rider on a frickin' space bike with a big ass blue orb for a front wheel. They don't know the backstory of this guy. This is the Punisher. Read the comics, my friends. Read the comics, and you'll know the backstory of these amazing characters that we get in figure form. This is the Punisher in space, who is now the Ghost Rider of the Cosmic Universe. Cosmic Ghost Rider, number one, my number one favorite. This thing's amazing. Not just the figure looks awesome. I love how they did that clear dome, and you can see the flame head under the clear dome. I love the accessories with that chain whip, but the bike looks amazing with the frickin' flames coming out of the ass and the frickin' blue orb. Look at that blue orb. The blue orb of lightning and propulsion right there. That's how things move in space. Frickin' blue orbs. Number one. What can I say? What can I say? Again, your list may differ from mine. This is my personal favorite list. If you're like, what the frick is this guy talking about? Cosmic Ghost Rider. You probably haven't read the comics. You probably don't have an affinity to that character. I've read the comics. I read Guardians of the Galaxy. He's an awesome character. He's awesome. Read the comics. You might like the character more. You might like the toy more. And bam. Those are my top 5 favorite Marvel Legends of 2020. Let's move the frick on to my top 5 favorite Star Wars Black Series figures of 2020. All right, we're talking Star Wars Black Series right now, and here's how close this race is. I literally just moved these figures over from a different location, and as I was placing them on the table in front of me, I changed the rankings. I changed how they were ranked because they were previously ranked over there, and two of the figures switched places. So that's how close this damn race is. I gotta say, best year ever for Black Series. Best year ever. They introduced the digital face printing technology. The face scans look amazing. So we're gonna start with the honorable mentions here. I'm gonna start with this guy right here. You know him and love him from the Mandalorian television show. Bam, Quill, little Nick Nolte. Little Nick the Ugnon right there. Sculpt. The sculpt on this one, the face sculpt on this one looks 10 out of 10. I gotta say 10 out of 10 face sculpt on this one. He's a simple little figure. He's a little guy. He's just got a little gun, little backpack, little khakis, little frickin' orange tunic. But this face sculpt, this little, I love it. I absolutely love this figure. I love it. I love other figures more than this one, which is why this one's an honorable mention. But Quill, there you go. I have spoken. Look at that face sculpt. Get this figure if you haven't already got it, because Mandalorian, the television show, probably best thing of the year. Best thing of the year, entertainment-wise. I know other people have like babies and stuff, so that's probably the best thing for you. But best thing entertainment-wise, Mando takes the cake. Other honorable mention also from The Mandalorian, this big boy right here, Jon Favreau voiced him. He's the heavy artillery. Well, what's his actual name? I totally freaking forgot. I blanked. Heavy infantry Mandalorian, something like that. Heavy infantry Mandalorian. I think that's what it is. But he's pretty awesome. Really, the only thing that kind of set him back from not cracking. There's the back. The paint on this thing is immaculate. The paint, the sculpt, just looks great. The only thing kind of setting him back from cracking the top 5 is just kind of a lack of what you can do with him. He's pretty much got to hold the gun, or the gun's got to attach to his backpack. He's a big boy, so not a whole lot you can really do with him, which is why he didn't crack the top 5. But again, if I was doing a top 10, he'd be in the top 10. He's probably a number 6 or number 7. But great looking figure, heavy infantry, Mando, Johnny Favs. Number 5 is this little guy here from Return of the Jedi. He is an Ewok, and his name escapes me. But he is an Ewok. Is it Paplu? No, it's not Paplu. Is it Logray? God, I don't remember. I don't remember the name of this guy. Tell me in the comments. Say, he's frickin' Chief Sherpa, moron. Or, that's Logray, Dingleberry. I don't remember his name, but he's badass. I love what they did with like the fur, how they sculpted the fur. You could see texture for his little fur. He looks great, look at him. Looks absolutely awesome. Love the accessories, love the sculpt. Fantastic. Number 5, little Ewok man. Because I don't remember his name. This is the one that, this one moved in rankings. This one was actually number 3. I moved it down to number 4. Again, right after I do this, I could probably change it back. I think 3 and 4 are pretty much interchangeable as far as I go. But they redid a character this year in the Black Series, and they added articulation. They shrunk the size of his dome, because previously the articulation was weird. He had like bow legs. It looked like he'd been riding a horse all day, frickin' bareback. His head looked like a frickin' orange on a toothpick. He had a head like Sputnik. But I think they got the proportions right with the new Stormtrooper. And this one right here is the Remnant Stormtrooper. I like him the most. There's this one, there's the regular Stormtrooper, and then there's the Incinerator Stormtrooper. I like this guy the most, just because I like to have fun with, I like to make him look all disheveled and run down from that first episode of Mando. But I like the dirt, I like the grime, I like the wear on this guy. Good proportions on the head, just a great looking figure overall. And number 3, so this one was number 4, and now it's number 3. This one actually came out earlier this year, and I actually had to look back and see, did this come out in 2020 or did it come out in 2019? Because I totally freaking forgot. Bam, Rebel Trooper. Awesome looking figure. Changeable face plates. He's awesome. He's got a backpack. Backpack stores an extra face. He's basically Zartan. But Rebel Trooper, number 3. Awesome looking figure. Great job, Hasbro. Number 2. My number 2 favorite Star Wars Black Series figure of 2020. I think you can actually find this on clearance in Target right now. It is a 2-pack. So a little bit of a cheat ski here, because it's 2 figures in one, but it is Dagobah, Luke, and Yoda. Very, very cool. This is the best, in my opinion, the best Star Wars Black Series Yoda we've gotten. I think it's the best scale Yoda also. I think the other one, the single release Yoda, they redid it in archives. A little too big, a little too tall, but this one right here, I think he looks perfect scale-wise. I like his face sculpt. I love the Luke face sculpt. Just an awesome figure overall. They did this one perfectly. And again, I see it pretty much shelf warming at Target, so I think it might be going on clearance soon, if not already on clearance. But just a great figure. If you don't have this one, it's a must buy if you're a Star Wars collector. But that was number 2, and that leaves us with my top favorite Star Wars Black Series figure of 2020. But before that, I want you to check out patrons Stuart, Benji, and Robert for their favorite Star Wars Black Series figures of 2020.
Black Series. I've gone with the new design Stormtrooper. This is the Remnant version. But this guy, just the way they've got it, the aesthetic, the new dimensions on the helmet, it's much better than the older one, which was a little bit oversized, I feel. The posability, you can get this guy into some great poses. So for Black Series, the Remnant Stormtrooper.
So technically this figure has been released late December of 2019, but I'm based out here in Singapore, and this only came out early 2020. So this is my favorite one from Black Series, the Heavy Infantry Mandalorian. This figure is awesome. I like the paint application, the details, the articulation, this big gun that he's holding here. I love this one.
This is my choice of figure of the year, Cad Bane. them out. That's my choice. Figured everybody was doing Mandalorian stuff. I figured it was a little different. And, well, this is one I've been waiting for a long, long time. And Cad Bane Black Series.
All right, thanks guys. I appreciate that, and I like all of the figures that you guys brought up. I did have Cad Bane in here, but I'm trying to limit it to my 2 runners-up. Cad Bane would have probably been my 3rd runner-up. I really love that figure as well. Again, this was a very, very difficult ranking, which is probably why it's taken me a month and a half to do this video. But there you go. My top favorite Star Wars Black Series figure of the year is this one from the prequels. He is a Sith Lord. He goes by the name of Count Dooku, but I much rather prefer Darth Tyrannus. But he's my #1 favorite Star Wars Black Series figure of the year. This figure has everything. It's got a great face sculpt. It's got soft goods, which work very, very well. It's got excellent articulation. It's got a very, very cool, torso joint. One of these bad boys. You can do the twist. And then what kind of blew me away on this one, this is an accessory that I've only really seen with Hot Toys figures. It is a lightsaber blade in motion. And again, you usually only see this with Hot Toys figures, but when I saw this come with a regular Star Wars Black Series figure, this thing really set it apart. So it's my favorite figure of the year. My favorite Star Wars figure of the year. Just an amazing, amazing job by Hasbro on Count Dooku, Darth Tyrannus. That right there, guys, are my top 5 favorite Marvel Legends figures, my top 5 favorite Star Wars Black Series figures. Stay tuned for the next video where I'm going to go over my top 5 favorite Transformers figures and my top 5 favorite G.I. Joe classified figures. So that'll be video #2 in the Cincy Awards. Hopefully you get it before February, but that's it for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn those notifications on so you know when I do post video 2 of my Cincy Awards. I got a big ass pile of stuff down here that I got to film a video for as well, and that'll be coming soon as well. But thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks to my patrons that participated in showing their favorite figures of the year, and I'll see you guys in the next one.